Director of QFest, which runs Thursday, July 7th to Monday, July 18th. Ray, what is QFest?
Well, QFest is, we've been running for 17 years, and it's Philadelphia's gay, lesbian, bi, transgendered film festival, in which we try to cull the best films from around the world and bring them to Philadelphia for 10 days.
How do you choose the films?
Well, I go to a lot of film festivals, film markets. I deal with a lot of filmmakers. They send me screeners and things, and distributors, and it's kind of like a search always of tracking down the newest films.
Now, what specifically makes this a gay, lesbian, transgender, bisexual festival? Is it the content or those who are putting the films together?
Well, it's kind of a mix because we don't really have set rules. So a lot of the films are strictly, let's say, about gay men, for gay men. And then there's a lot of other films that maybe the director is gay or that there's a gay or lesbian character in the film that we find of interest. So it ranges a lot, I think, especially the European films. I like just finding a good gay character and we show the film.
You choose the film?
Yes, there's a screening committee, but I choose a lot of them.
What really draws you to a really good film for the QFest?
For QFest, it's really the story, the screenplay. If I'm like captivated by the characters and the story going along, I can kind of forgive some of the problems maybe technically or the way the film's made. But if I'm grabbed into the storyline, I'm hooked many times.
What would you say is the predominant story of the films you're showing this year?
Well, it kind of, years ago I would say they're coming out, first love, family stories. But this year, as gays and lesbians have kind of expanded out into the arts, there's a lot of different stories. So we have like lesbian space aliens, there's gay time travelers, there's all kinds of different storylines. We still have the coming outs and the first loves, but there's also political films, about Muslims, African Americans, Asian Americans. Happily, it's really expanded the storylines.
What does this say about the gay culture as your films have changed and evolved?
Well, it really says that it's gotten so much better because our first couple of years we programmed kind of most of the films that people sent us. And now we reject easily twice as many films that we accept. So it shows that there's a vibrant film culture out there. A lot of people are making films. They don't really end up becoming big blockbuster films, but there is a small market for them.
Sounds like you have a lot of fun, campy films. Lesbian space aliens and gay time travelers.
Oh, yeah, no, there's, and then one of my favorite films is What's the Name of the Dame, in which a group of New York drag queens do video covers of ABBA songs.
Wait a second, that sounds like Priscilla.
Yeah, exactly. But they kind of give it a little bit gayer, campier twist.
Gayer than Priscilla. That's so funny. What do you think of the biggest draw for the QFest in Philly?
Well, I think part of it is a communal feeling. I mean, people want to see a film, but they also want to go to an event that's not a fundraiser, it's not political, it's not about AIDS, it's not about drinking. And you get a lot of people in, they want to just be entertained. And I kind of keep it that way. We try not to politicize the film festival, and especially since it's summertime in Philadelphia, I program it more entertainment than educational or informational.
So the Q stands for?
We changed the name. It used to be a very long name, the Philadelphia International Gay and Lesbian Film Festival. And there was a secretary here at the office that just said, you should call it QFest. And I was like, And so Q just means everybody.
Q is the international everybody for gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender?
It's turned out that way, yes.
What's your favorite aspect of this 10-day festival?
For this year, it's that there's so many guests. We've got 80 different filmmakers coming in. There's a big difference when people come into a movie, they see it, they leave, nothing happens. So they can enjoy the film. But when there's a filmmaker or an actor in the film and that they can talk after the film about things, there's kind of it changes and gets it a lot more exciting. So like having so many guests this year, I think it's going to be a little more charged than in previous years.
So you have the filmmakers coming to talk, you're screening these films, and you don't expect them to be the blockbusters, but it's just for the fun?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of these films end up on DVD, but maybe half of them don't. And so many times it's the only time you can really see the film. Sadly, these filmmakers end up not making their money back, but they do get around to the film festivals.
And how many people do you expect to come out to QFest?
We have been averaging the last couple of years about 26,000 people.
That's amazing. That's really great. How do we get a list of your films and get tickets?
Well, the best thing to do is to just go online to QFest.com or go to the TLA Video Store at 15th and Locust, where they sell tickets there.
How much are tickets?
All the seats are $10.
Every seat is $10 for a film?
Yes.
And where are you showing?
We're showing at the 3 of the Ritz cinemas, the Ritz Easts and the Ritz at the Bourse. The Ritz East 1 and the Ritz East 2 and the Ritz Bourse.
The festival runs from July 7th through Monday, July 18th. Anything else you want to say about QFest?
No, just some curious people. If you want to check out some unusual films, I think you'll be entertained.
And you can get tickets at the door, is that right?
Yes. Very few films kind of sell out beforehand. It's usually, so almost always you can go right up to the box office.
All right. Ray Murray is Artistic Director for QFest. Again, this year's festival for 2011 runs from Thursday, July 7th until Monday, July 18th. Check out the schedule at qfest.com. Thank you so much, Ray.
Oh, thank you.